What's going on, y'all? Today we got NBA legends explain how Magic Johnson, he said why Magic Johnson was better than everyone, but let's get into it, man. Like, what the hell?
Chicago Bulls.
Great privilege and proud to play against a guy who's had the most success in the 80s. I think it was a passing of the torch of the eras.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name is Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. Let's talk some old school NBA basketball. In today's episode, I want to take a look at NBA legends giving their opinion about how great Magic Johnson was. But before we dive into today's episode, let me ask you guys for a small favor. If you're new to the show, please subscribe to the channel, and even more important, click the notifications button so you never miss a new episode. All right, you guys, I would say
make sure
let's
get
right
scene.
into it.
Bron.
Now, I'm not sure if you know, but there are two shows that you have to watch which involve Magic Johnson, which basically just had their release. One is a show about the 1980s Showtime Lakers, which is called Winning Time. You definitely got to check that one out. And an official Magic Johnson documentary, which is called They Call Me Magic. So this is also the reason why we dropped this video. And I would say let's take a look at the first NBA legends talking about Magic.
On the eve of his very first game, I would not impose upon any rookie in all of professional sports to talk to you. But I want you to know that this man has a smile that lights up a television screen from here to Bangor, Maine.
Showtime was born when he arrived. Personality off the scale, energetic 24/7.
Magic is straight down the middle, still going, still going. Oh! Highlight film. Showtime. How did he sing?
I always say that if I had to pick a team, he's my first pick because I know he's going to make whoever else I pick way better than they are.
When you walk out of the locker room, here's this guy that's like, you know, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's get it on, let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. So all of a sudden you got this college atmosphere with the Lakers because Magic brought all of that fear. He came in, man, he's pushing that ball up the floor, and we were like, we gotta run. And if you didn't look up, and he was like, look up, Wood, I was like, hey! And the ball was right there.
When I went to the Great Western Forum, then watching Magic come down and do his thing, you know, and orchestrate his team and make them understand this way, this we gonna run this. And, I mean, I was in awe, you know, and Don Nelson, he had to call a timeout, had to take me out the game because he's like, I hope you're not going awe and watching him and not really playing. I wanted to tell him, yeah, I mean, I need to sit down for a minute because wow, it took me a half just to realize that I'm playing against Magic.
Magic Johnson sitting on
the
best player to ever play.
Magic. I was going to bring Magic.
I said the best player I've ever seen was Magic at 6'9".
I don't understand why Magic Johnson's name is never in that conversation because I don't think
because he pays not to have him. You know,
really?
He was the first billionaire basketball player. He don't need it.
He don't
but everybody know Irvin set it off. He got
yeah.
No, I grew up watching Magic, and I've had, you know, I've learned so much from him. I can't sit here and be like, you know, I'm the greatest Laker ever. To me, he is because.
So you guys know you're the greatest.
Without him,
you're the greatest.
I got to keep it real with you. Like I've stole so much from him. That my game wouldn't be complete without.
Magic was real young. Magic was probably 14 years old when I met him, and you know, and he played with us. You know, so he was playing with the pros. You know, at 14,
And you knew.
Oh man, he was special then.
Well, he's probably smart enough to get you the ball in the spot.
Well, I mean, he's smart enough to get a whole lot of people the ball.
Right.
You know, I mean, that what made him Magic. He understood how to win. He was all about winning. He made people around him better. He made people around him better at 14. So his potential was scary. And I think he reached his full potential and having a super career he had, as the NBA player.
One thing I think Magic brought that Lakers team is that he was a leader. After a while, you didn't look at his age because you looked at his basketball IQ. And it was as high as any coach that ever played this game, and some of the best with Jerry West and Bill Russell, just to name a few. His basketball height, this guy's 19 years old. So we knew he was special, and it was going to be a lot of fun. And boy, it was almost like going on a Beatles tour or a Rolling Stones tour. It was a tour, man. It was a ride, and we all enjoyed it.
Remember one time coming into the huddle, and I played against Magic a number of times, and Dennis Johnson always defended Irving and walked up to me and goes, "Man, is that guy strong or what?" I said, "I know he don't look very strong, but he's pretty strong." And he goes, "Jesus, some of the things that he does out here," he said, "there's no way I can stop him." He said, "But don't you ever tell him."
Wanted to end practice, but Magic didn't want to end because he wanted to keep playing because we just kicked his ass.
How you like that ass kicking we gave you?
No. Come on now.
Well, y'all got the first quarter of practice.
Separated me from Larry Bird and Magic Johnson was, they had championships to back their individual accolades. So, I mean, that drove me more so than anything to get into that elite club.
Starting my team with the point guard that sat in the captain's chair and played center in every position in the game in the championship, there's no way I'm going against Magic. I have help defenders that can probably help. You look at all these guys are great, but you look at the first few years of all these guys, they all had great Hall of Famers, and maybe Mike didn't have that in the beginning, but to me, the one thing is Magic, being the leader that he is. One thing that is, maybe it is up for question, but Magic to me in the history of the game is one of the best leaders from what you've seen in his getting people energized, getting the crowd energized, the style of play. You ever notice when they scored how fast Magic Johnson got the ball up to half court? Those are Showtime things, but you're setting up the play with 20 seconds on the clock, and just him getting everybody involved, knowing what buttons to push. And I don't know if anybody had his intangible.
If I'm gonna start my guy with a team with a point guard or a center, I have to go with Magic Johnson, because now I can plug any 2, 3, 4, 5 with a Magic Johnson, and we'll have a chance.
I can just say, who was the best point guard of the 1980s, Isaiah?
Come on, Zeke, say yourself, Zeke.
No, honestly, I will have to say Magic Johnson. I believe I was the second best point guard of that era. But Magic Johnson was the best point guard, in my opinion, to ever play.
Given that I just want to say, given
But I was better than Magic.
I mean,
I know.
That Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas, I don't think on this panel that anybody's going to have anybody else to really discuss when we're talking about the best of that decade.
Dennis. But saying all that, there was two. None of them were like Magic. Right. None of us.
Or you.
None of us were like Magic. And the reason why I say that is because the 80s, I thought we came in and we had original styles. We brought originality to the game. Magic came in and it was like something we had never seen.
In 1980, we went right to the finals. And so we're playing in the pivotal series against the Philadelphia 76ers, and we're in game 5 at the Forum. And in the third quarter, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sprains his ankle, severely sprains his ankle, and has to be sort of not carried off the court, but really helped off the court to get to the locker room.
You see Magic, and you can see concern in his face.
And so we went on to play that third quarter, and then when Kareem came back onto the court in the fourth quarter, it was Magic and Kareem that teamed up for the winning basket to win game 5. But after the game, we found out that Kareem was finished probably for the series. And we had to go back to Philadelphia to play game 6. There were actually players that had approached me as the assistant coach at the time, because Paul Westhead was the head coach, and said, you know what, you should keep Magic home and keep Nixon home and keep Silk home and just take the other guys back. We're going to get killed in Philadelphia anyhow, and then we'll try to win it at home in game 7. And Urban found out about this kind of talk, and he said, what are you guys talking about? What are you afraid of? You kidding me? I said, He said the next game that we're going to play is a game we can win a championship. We're going to defer that game and because we don't think we can go in Philadelphia and win without Kareem. Oh, he was beside himself. And I remember everybody getting on the plane and going back to Philly and then going to a walkthrough, our final walkthrough before we played Game 6. And Paul Westhead put him at the center spot. And I remember when we got on the plane to go back to Philadelphia, Kareem used to sit in first class in seat 1A. That was his seat. Nobody else ever sat in seat 1A. It was an aisle seat. Gave him more leg room. And as soon as Irvin got on the plane, he sat right in 1A. He said, you guys don't think we can win without Kareem? Well, I'm going to take his spot.
I'm Kareem today. My boy Magic, that's different.
Center jump in Game 6. Magic went in and jumped center against Caldwell Jones.
A young man by the name of Magic Johnson is going to start at center.
Then after that game, 42 points, and 15 rebounds across the masthead of the Los Angeles Times. It simply said, it's Magic.
It's kind of incredible that Magic Johnson and Larry Bird both are the reasons why we have the NBA basketball.
That's the list for y'all. If y'all enjoy, y'all know what to do. Like the video, comment, subscribe, click on the last reaction, and I'm out of here, man.